Assalamu alaikum students, your instructor Abdul Rafi here for Edexcel GCSE Mathematics. So today we are going to discuss topical past paper questions of the chapter coordinate geometry, also involving differentiation as well. So it's all the concepts are going to be related with coordinate geometry, the gradient, midpoint, tangent, and those things. Okay, so students need to understand this is Edexcel for MA1 recent papers, January 2022, paper 2 HR, higher tier, and you can say that we are doing topical past papers. Okay, we'll be solving couple of questions. Let's solve question number 22 because usually students struggle in the end questions. Okay, towards the end questions that are given in papers. It's a 5-mark question. Total for question number 22 is 5 marks. We have ABC is a triangle in which ABC is 90-degree, and we have P and Q are integers. Okay, so first thing will be you make the diagram. Okay, always remember, try to make a diagram that will help you. So here we go, sir. ABC is a right angle triangle in which B is 90-degree. Okay, so here we go, sir. You mention that and mark that. So here we go, this is B there with 90 degrees, sir, and ABC can be written as A here and C here. Okay students, so here we go. ABC is a triangle in which angle ABC, which means angle B, is 90 degrees, students. Okay, hope everyone gets this. Then you have to move forward and we have to find out work out the value of P and Q. Okay, so you have to work out the value of P and Q, and always, as I mentioned, that most of the time we need to understand that when we have to find two values, you have to solve them simultaneously. Okay, you have to solve them simultaneously most of the times, because we understand that this is two values, two unknowns are there, so most of the questions will be involving simultaneous equations. So let's get started and let's read the question. We have been given the coordinates of A, we have been given the coordinates of B, we have been given the coordinates of C in terms of P and Q, and they are giving us the gradient of AC as well as -6/7. Okay students, gradient of AC as well -6/7. So the first thing, common sense you should use and understand that, sir, one equation, because I already know the coordinates of A, that is P comma 10, I already know the coordinates of C, that is 8 comma Q. You should make the first equation very quickly, that is the gradient of AC. Okay students, you are going to make the equation very quickly, that is the gradient of AC. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So here we go, Q minus 10 is equal divided by 8 minus P. This is the gradient of AC, that is equals to -6/7, and you already got the first equation, students. Okay, the first equation is not difficult to make here. It's basically -6/7 is equals to Q minus 10 divided by 8 minus P. So here we go, -6 times 8 minus P is equals to 7 times Q minus 10. Okay, hope everyone gets this and everyone is clear. So it will be -6 8s of -48, -6 into P will be +6P is equals to 7Q minus 70. Okay, hope students get this, that I have just do the cross multiplication, equate them. 6 8s is 48, 6 times P will be 6P, and we got 7Q there and -70. So you merge and simplify them, so it will be 6P minus 7Q is equals to -70 plus 48. Okay, so I'm getting one equation as this thing, that is -70 plus 48 is -22. Okay students, so here you go, sir. The first equation is this, 6P minus 7Q is equals to -22. Okay, that's your first equation. Now how will you work out the second equation so that we can solve them simultaneously, students? So let's work it out. Follow very carefully. Make sure you have calculators. Edexcel GCSE for MA1 students. Okay, so here we go. The next thing is the bit different equation. Okay, first equation was very simple because they are already mentioning you that the gradient of AC is -6/7. So you can use that, the A and C coordinates. Okay students, you can use the diagram. You can say that, sir, A and C coordinates are known, so I can find out the gradient y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, and you just multiply, cross multiply, and got the answers. Okay, Now, the other important thing is this statement, okay? The other equation you are going to make, students, is from the angle ABC 90 degree. It means this is perpendicular here, okay? This is perpendicular here. So if you know the concepts, then only you can solve this, okay, students? That you can say that whatever the gradient of AB will be, sir, if you multiply the gradient of AB into BC, it is going to be equals to -1 because of the concept of perpendicular lines. And what is the perpendicular line concept? When where two lines are intersecting at 90 degree, when two lines are matching or intersecting at 90 degree, that is the concept of perpendicular lines, right, students? So here we go, sir. We have perpendicular lines concept here. The gradient is -1. Whatever the gradient of AB is with the gradient of BC multiplied, you get equals to -1, okay? So here we go. Let's just multiply and solve. So what will be the gradient of AB? You're going to write down the coordinates of A, that is P comma 10, and you're going to write down the coordinates of B, that is -1 comma -5. So here we go, sir. The gradient of AB will be, follow very carefully, do it with, make sure, very important calculations, okay? Y2 minus Y1 divided by x2 minus x1, okay? So I got -15 divided by -1 minus p, okay? So I'm getting the gradient of AB as -15 minus 1. So you can take minus common, and when you take minus common, it will be 1 plus p, okay? So when you take the minus common, so minus will cancel out, and it will become minus 15 upon 1 plus p, okay, students? So that is one of the gradient, okay? You can take minus common. Hope everyone got how to take the common, okay? Just take negative common from numerator as well and denominator as well, and they both will cancel out, okay, students? Then next you will find out the gradient of BC for me, okay? So the gradient of the line BC will be, again, that first write down the coordinates of B and C just to make sure the examiner knows that what working you are doing, -1 -5, and C is 8 comma Q, okay? So the gradient of BC will be, sir, Y2 minus Y1, so you add them, X2 minus X1, so here we go, sir, Q plus 5 divided by 8 plus 1, sorry, 9, okay? Q plus 5 divided by 9. So this is the gradient of BC, sir, okay? Hope students are getting this. Make sure understand the concept of perpendicular lines. When you get this, the remaining part of the question becomes very easy, okay, students? So here we go. When you got this, move forward, okay? And now let's do it on the other page, or let's write down the equation here. 15 into the gradient of AB multiply by the gradient of the BC is equals to -1, okay, students? The gradient of AB multiply by the gradient of BC, that is going to be equivalent to -1. Now you can make a subject and just solve it, okay? So you can make a subject. Let's just first also try to simplify further, okay? So 15 will be 3 5s and 3 3s are 9 here. This we can simplify, students. So 3 5s are 3 3s are, so just multiply as well. 5 times, let's say that it will be 5 times q, so 5q plus 25. I multiplied the numerators, okay, and I'm multiplying the denominator now. 5q plus 25, and 3 1s are 3. 3 plus 3p here is equals to -1. Let's simplify this and get the equation complete. 5q plus 25 is equals to -1 into 3 plus 3p. So here we go, sir. 5q plus 25 minus 3 minus 3p, and just simplify further. So 5q plus 3p is equals to -3 and minus 25. So it will be -3 and minus 25 will be -28. Here we go, students. We got the two equations now, and just make sure if you have solved it correctly, simultaneous equations, and when you solve it in the calculator through substitution or any method, you should get the correct answer of P and Q values. That's the most important task, okay? Hope students are getting and following up till now. We have to make two equations, and now we can make a subject and start solving this as well, okay? So let's just write, because we have the other part of the page as well to solve this. So let's write both equations. 6p minus 7q is equals to -22, and you have 5q plus 3p is equals to -28, okay, students? So here we go. Let's try to work it out and get the answer for the P and Q values. So let me make the subject from here. So 3p is equals to -28 plus 5 -28 -5q divided by 5. This is -28 and -5q I took there, and p I'm making the subject here for substitution purpose, so divided by 3 there. Okay, so here we go. I got p as the subject, minus 28 minus 5q divided by 3. Now I'm going to put it there, so 6 times p as the subject, so minus 28 minus 5q divided by 3 times minus 7q is equals to negative 22, and then you simplify. Okay, so 3 ones are 3 twos are, then 2 times of 28 will be, sir, minus 56 minus 10q minus 7q is equals to negative 22. Here we go, we got minus 17q and negative 22 plus 56. I got that as negative 22 plus 56. I am getting this as 34. So here we go, negative 17q is equals to 34. So it will be 34 divided by 17 minus 2 is the value of q coming. It's 100% correct answer. Okay, students, make sure most of the times when you do long calculation, it should be coming as an integer and not decimals. Okay, so q value is minus 2. It's correct. Just substitute the value there, students. So p is equals to minus 28 minus 5 times of negative 2 divided by 3. So here we go, minus 28 plus 10. So minus 28 plus 10 divided by 3. So totally minus 18 divided by 3. Here we go, minus 6. So this comes as minus 6. So p and q values are minus 6 and minus 2 respectively, and that's how you solve a coordinate geometry question. If the student got the concept of perpendicular lines and the gradient thing, the question becomes easy, and then you just have to do simultaneous equations. Okay, so this is how the question of January 2022 paper 2 HR in a nutshell looks like, students. Moving forward, students, let's discuss another question from the same January 2022 paper for the Pearson Edexcel GCSE 4MA1. As the topic is coordinate geometry with differentiation, those topics related, interrelated, we have one of the last question of the paper, that is question number 24, huge question for 6 marks. Okay, a 6 marks question again, in which they says that the curve C has equation. This is paper 1H for those who want to know which paper is it. The curve C has the equation y is equals to ax cubed plus bx square minus 12x plus 6, where a and b are constants. Again, this means that there are two unknowns. Okay, a and b are the constants, two unknowns, which means you might have to solve again simultaneously, and 95% of the time you have to solve simultaneously in these type of questions. Okay, so understand this. Let's draw a curve as well, okay, just for the students understanding. And because it's a cubic curve, because the highest power is cube, so you can say that this is a cubic curve. And here we go. Okay, so we can say this, and the point, let's say this is the curve C. Okay, let's write it with the black color. This is the curve C, just an imagination curve. Okay, I have made it just an imaginary curve just for students to understand. The curve C has the equation y is equals to ax cubed plus bx square minus, so let's write it down. This is the curve equation, y is equals to ax cubed plus bx square minus 12x and plus 6. Okay, this is the curve equation, students. And the main important thing, the next thing that they are saying is basically the point A with coordinates 2 comma minus 6 lies on the curve C. Wow, that's great. Okay, so the point A, let's say point is A is here. Point A is here with 2 comma minus 6. It lies on the curve. So when the point, always remember, students, when the coordinate lies on the curve itself, which means it satisfies this equation, it will satisfy the equation. So point A satisfies the equation, and you can put it inside the values there to make an equation. Okay, students, so here we go, sir. It will be y is equals to minus 6 is minus 6, y is equals to minus 6 is equals to a times x value is 2 whole cube plus b times 2 whole square minus 12 times 2 plus 6. Okay, so here we go, minus 6 is equals to 8a plus 4b minus 12 2s are 24 plus 6, and that is how your equation will be coming out. Okay, you can simplify and it will be, take it everything to there, so it will be minus 6 plus 24 minus 6 is equals to 8a plus 4b. It's better to simplify now to avoid at the end. Okay, so here we go, minus 6, make sure use calculator, minus 6 plus 24 minus 6, I got that as 12, sir, and 8a plus 4b. Okay, so you can take 4 common here, it will be 2a plus b is equals to 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3, this thing divided there. So we got the equation 3 is equals to 2a plus b. Okay, students, hope everyone gets this. 4 common, so 2a plus b comes inside the bracket. I have taken common here, very important. Okay, so this is the first equation that you will got, that 3 is equals to 2 times of a plus b. So which means that this question will also be solved in the simultaneous equation form. Hope everyone gets this, that this is going to be 3 is equals to 2a plus b. Okay, students, moving forward, let's make the other equation by reading the remaining half of the question. Okay, and then what they are saying, we'll go through that as well. Okay, so we have done till the green highlighter part. Okay, hope everyone gets this. Usually what we have seen in the recent past papers, one equation is very easy to make, the other equation is sometimes difficult. Okay, the other equation is sometimes difficult. So here we go. The next thing is that the gradient of the curve, now the gradient of the curve at a, and a is what? A is that coordinate. Okay, so the gradient of the curve at that point is 16. Okay, so which means, students, that they are telling us that the gradient at this point is 16, which means that if you are going to make a tangent here, okay, it's the gradient of the tangent. Let's just try to make, because it's a positive gradient, so I'll just try to make my graph a bit different now. And here we go. Okay, so hope everyone gets this. And here you go, the gradient of the tangent, like this is the green line, so it's just touching at the point A. You will have to make a gradient of the tangent of the curve. The gradient at the green line is 16, and it is at the point A. So students need to understand what should be your next step for the gradient of the tangent, sir. The next step will be to differentiate to get the gradient of the tangent, because dy over dx is also the gradient. Okay, so dy over dx is also the gradient, and when you have curve, you will have to find out the differentiation. So here we go, the dy over dx, the second equation, you will get it, students, when you make the differentiation. So it will be differentiation of this thing, equation will be, as you know, the power multiplies with the coefficient, so it will be 3a x square. Okay, power multiplies with the coefficient, so subtract 1 from the power, so 3ax square. Then again b multiplies with the power, so 2bx, and then minus 12. Okay, 12x, x power 1 times 12, and then subtract from 0. Make sure understand the simple concept of differentiation, or visit my other videos on differentiation. The power multiplies with the concept, and then you subtract 1 from the power as well, and the constant differentiation is always 0, so tell the examiner that as well. Here we go. What is dy over dx? It's called the gradient. So the gradient is already given to you, students. The gradient is 16. The gradient of the tangent, the gradient of the curve at the coordinate a is 16. So now you can plug in the a. You don't know what is the a value, but you surely know the x value here as well, students. Make sure understand the gradient is 16, that is dy over dx, students, and the x value, because it is the gradient of the point at the curve at a. It is the gradient of the point of the curve at a, so you can easily put in the x value as 2 there. Okay, so hope you got this. You plug in the value of x as 2 there. So we got 16 is equals to 2 square is 4, 4 3s is 12a, plus 2 2s are 4, so 4b, and minus 12 here. And here we go. We got the equation 16 plus 12 will be 28. 28 is equals to 12a plus 4b. We take 4 common, so it will be 3a plus b is equals to 28. We divide 28 by 4, we got 7. 7 is equals to 3a plus b. Okay, hope everyone got this. 7 is equals to 3a plus b. Make sure understand the importance. I'm simplifying and cancelling out the common as well. So 28 divided by 4 was 7. 12 divided by 4 was 3. Okay, so now you can just simply work the a and b values out, and then we'll see what's the requirement is. Okay, so you can say we are solving simultaneously 3 minus 2a is equals to b, and 7 minus 3a is equals to b, sir. So here we go. 3 minus 2a is equals to 7 minus 3a. It will be minus 2a plus 3a got a here. 7 minus 3 is 4. Okay, so the value of a is 4, students. Okay, hope everyone gets this. The value of a is 4. You will get 5 marks for this only. Okay, for getting the value of a and b, you will get 5 marks, and 1 mark is for the other requirement. And the b value will be, sir, 3 minus 2 times of 4. So b value is definitely negative. So b value is going to be 3 minus 8. That is going to be minus 5. Okay, students. So here we go. B value is negative 5. A value is 4, and these are the values we got for simultaneously solving, students. Very important concept. So this is algebra also involved. Now coming, we have already solved everything, okay, except for what is the requirement of the question. If you only find the A and B values, you will get only 5 marks, students. This is whole working for 5 marks. Make sure get full marks. What they are saying, find the y coordinate on the point on the curve whose x coordinate is 3. So they are just simply asking, okay, whenever the x value on the graph, when x value is 3, what is the y value? Getting it, students? Okay, jab x graph pe x ki value 3 hai, so let's say 3 is here. So what is the y value of the curve equation C? What is the y value of the curve equation C? So you have to just write down the equation again in terms of a, x and b. So it will be a is 4, so it will be 4x cube. So getting it, everyone? It will be 4x cube now plus bx square, so it will be minus 5x square, and then minus 12x plus 6. Okay, hope everyone gets this. This is the original equation, original curve equation. Now this is the curve equation C. This is the C equation, and that's what they're asking as well, that when the x value is 3, so what is the y value? So you can say simply then when x value is 3, just plug in the value, the y value will it come itself. So here we go, sir, just multiply and get the answer. Here we go, it will be 3 square is 27, 27 times 4 is what? It's 108, 108, 3 square is 9, 9 5s is 45, 3 12s are 36, and plus 6. So 108 minus 45 minus 36 plus 6. I am getting y is equals to 33. This answer matches with the marking scheme as well, students. And here we go. Hope everyone gets this. This is 1 mark, okay? If anyone wants to understand the way of marking scheme as well, understand this importance that 1 mark is for getting the 33. The remaining 5 marks are for getting the values of a and b. So let's say you get this. This is 1 mark for you. This is 1 mark for differentiation, 1 mark for getting it, 2 marks for these a and b values. Okay, here you go. 2 plus 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total question was for 6 marks, and how that's you got the 6 marks. Okay, students. Hope everyone gets the concept, understands the nature of these questions. These questions are very important, going to come in recent more exams as well. Stay tuned to channel, and everyone will get these lectures as well, more concepts.